Hi.
Welcome back to the Difficult Lemon Difficult podcast. I am Poch.
And I am Gabe.
And before we do anything else,
My turn. Before we get into today's episode, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. I believe there should be a graphic. It's
like, subscribe,
subscribe, and
notifications.
notifications bell. And if you're listening to us on Spotify, please don't forget to leave a review or a 5-star rating and also share us with your friends and family.
Yes. So, once again, like, subscribe, notifications, and share this podcast on Spotify and on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
So, let's get into
And
it.
ma'am and everyone.
Yeah, I think this is a better schedule of uploading every other week.
Every other week. We have to set expectations.
Yeah. So, moving forward, we will be uploading every other week. If we ever do it where we upload 2 in a row, you
You should be happy.
should pat us in the back because
You should be grateful.
that is a win.
Yeah.
W. But anyway, happy Easter to everyone. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter to those who celebrate and happy Sunday to everyone else. And also happy end of quarter 1 to everyone in business.
Yes. A happy end to Q1. I hope you guys got your profits up, margins low,
What else?
cost margins low. I still
Okay.
remember accounting.
I don't know anything about accounting.
But
But-
anyway, yeah, so today's episode, I think we're going to be talking about different kinds of realizations that Gabe and I had.
Just this week.
Yeah, so we were on YouTube a few days ago.
I think so, yeah.
So we were scrolling through I think YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, okay, first of all, I have to shame Poch because he likes watching YouTube shorts. How many people actually watch YouTube shorts? I know one other person.
I mean, not everyone likes TikTok. Not everybody wants to be on TikTok.
You don't have to be on TikTok.
Yeah, we just want to
I'm just saying it's like
it's
I feel like if YouTube shorts is your go-to short form
it's not
video
it's
content.
it's Reels. Reels is king.
Okay, yeah. I will understand the Reels versus TikTok debate. I will not understand YouTube Shorts versus anything else. Just because it's like, how can you not adapt any of the earlier short form content and then finally succumb to YouTube Shorts? But anyway,
Oh.
to Poch's point.
We were watching YouTube Shorts because it's on TV. You can't put TikTok on TV. Anyway, so we saw this reel and it said, these songs are turning 10 this year. And I was like, okay, I mean, 10 years is pretty long. So what songs
Mhm.
were those? And then it started listing, songs that I knew in high school. I was like, oh my God, that was 10 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I think it gave us the the jolt to start thinking about, oh, what was I doing 10 years ago, or like how it's so funny how it seems like it was 10 years ago because it is, but it also seems like it was yesterday or
Mm-hmm.
last year. I mean, if I'm telling the truth, I still think I'm 18, but I am probably closer to 30 than I am to 18.
That's true.
Yeah, so can't be
Okay,
living like I'm 18 anymore.
that's true. I feel like mentally, my go-to age is 21 or 22. Like in my head, I feel like that's my default answer. Like as soon as somebody asks me how old I am, that's the first number that comes into my head, and then I have to correct myself. Like, wait a minute, that's not true actually. But I will say, and I think I told you this before. So a few weeks ago, um, I okay, spoiler alert, we talked to each other on Telegram. I mean, it doesn't matter. Um, so I was about to message you on Telegram, and then I saw on your bio that I guess you didn't update it yet, but it said you just like your bio just said 22 years old. So I told you, I said, Botch, you should probably update your Telegram because it says you're still 22, which is not true. And then you updated it to say 22 years old 5 years ago. And then I went into like a 5 years ago? You were 22 5 years ago? I knew you when you were 19.
Yeah.
Like
I'm turning 27 this year.
27.
Yeah.
That's not old, but
Please don't steal our data.
that's that's not self-identify. I mean, personally identifiable, but I'm not saying 27 is not old at all, but it is an age. Like I remember being a kid and thinking, "Wow, 27, what an adult age."
Yeah.
And you're that age, Poch. You're going to be
My
27.
brother got married when he was 27. Shout out to my brother. And
Hey, you're getting
I
married
know I'm
too.
getting married this year too. So it's like but going back to the 10 years ago, I think we wanted to do this what do you call that?
Mental exercise.
Not mental like
Oh.
introspection
Mm.
on the podcast. Cuz like this is good content. We should try to like record of the good content as much as we can. So, Gabe, what were you doing 10 years ago? I mean, not to the date,
Okay.
but if you can try to figure out,
Yeah,
okay,
I
March
think I can.
March 2014, what was
Yeah.
15-year-old Gabe up to?
Oh my god. Okay. So, let's see. March or April 2014.
The summer of
It's the
2014, yeah.
first few weeks of summer
Mhm.
in Manila. I just finished my second year of high school. I'm an incoming junior now in
Mhm.
high school. Am I talking to boys? Yes. Oh, Poch. I am talking. I'm. You know who I just met this year? In this time, 10 years ago.
Us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah. So for the people who don't know, Gabe and I could have met a number of times
Mm-hmm.
before we actually did. And the first possible one was because we came from exclusive
Girls
all
and
girls
all
and all
boys
boys schools.
schools.
So there aren't a lot of opportunities for boys and girls to meet in school.
Mm-hmm.
So our schools kind of
Partner up.
they partnered up to have our batch meet their batch,
Mm-hmm.
and that happened in 2014.
In
Yeah,
2014.
which is
It's just that our sections weren't assigned
yeah,
to
yeah.
each other. So I knew some people and you knew
You
some
knew people
people
that I
that you knew,
yeah, that I
yes.
knew, and I knew people that
Yes.
obviously duh, but
Yes. But I did not know anything about Watch. Anyway, so around this time 10
that was
years ago,
peak era.
I was still an athlete. I
Yes.
was a very fit person. Like I was strong and I could tumble. That was my life. Also, One Direction.
Oh, that was their last good year. That
Excuse me? Oh, I know what you mean. 2015 was
yeah, you had a year. Well, you didn't. You how could you have known, Gabe? How
How
could
could
you
I
have?
have known?
How could you have known they would not be a band in the next year?
First of all, I think oh, you know what? Summer of 2014 was also when they announced that One Direction was going to have a concert in Manila. They
Oh,
announced it that summer and I
did you
remember
immediately
because
try to get someone to get you tickets or something?
yes,
Okay,
immediately just
respect, respect.
super just okay, what's the plan? Where are we going? How are we doing this? Immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Um little did I know what was about to happen on March
Wait,
21,
so basically,
2015.
Zayn, you never watched, you never
I've
got
ne-
to watch
I never
Zayn
saw
live.
Zayn live.
Ooh.
He decided that he was not going to go to Manila. He just said, "You know what? I'm going to leave this tour and the first country I'm not going to go to with the rest of
It's the
the boys
Philippines.
is the Philippines." Yeah, I mean,
Shout out Zayn.
shout out
Thanks,
Zayn.
bro.
Thanks for that. I mean, happy that you're happy, I guess, but thank you
So
for
that
that.
was 2014. Like, do you remember?
Yeah,
Did you go anywhere that summer? Do you?
summer 2014, I don't think I went anywhere. I think I was just in cheering. I was preparing to be in student council
Mm-hmm.
for my junior year of high school. So 20 summer 2014 was a lot of preparations in school because we were in charge of first day. Like we had to make sure the new high schoolers had a good welcoming. We also introduced the new students to just life in our high school and gave
This
them a
happens during
tour.
the summer.
We prepare for it during the summer.
Okay.
I think I also remember that summer I was in charge because I was gonna be in student council. I had a summer project, which was I think was like a summer tutoring program. We had like a partner school that our school helps out
Mm-hmm.
with. So I had to gather volunteers. I had to make like a module, and then we had to go through. We
Wow.
made lesson. I made
See,
a
see
lesson
how
plan.
much, see how much you can recall from 10 years ago. I don't think when I was, how old was I then? 16 that I could recall something from 10 years
10
ago.
years back. Yeah.
But we were. I mean, it's just obviously older people have the same like people. Older people can recall 10 years ago, but then recalling 10 years for us, feeling like it was yesterday, is I guess a new phenomenon for
I
20-year-olds.
I think it's a new feeling because I could when I was 12, I obviously could not recall being 2.
Yeah.
So now that I am 20 something,
Yeah.
looking back is like, wow, I was a teenager and I remember the feeling of being a
Yes.
teenager, feeling like this is the prime of my life. It
Yeah.
was not, but
It at the time, it was like I said, it was peak. Like you just felt like
oh
life can't
my
get better
gosh.
than this,
You know
brother.
what? Okay, this is something. I actually remember the summer of 2014. I was here. I went
Yeah,
to the
that's what I. That's
States.
what I was asking you. I
I
said,
forgot. I
okay,
forgot.
there you go.
And you know what? Okay, I'm just gonna say it. This is not controversial at
I
all.
don't care that you broke your elbow.
Elbow. Okay.
If you get the
Sorry, that
reference,
was
yeah,
a Vine reference. Was it a Vine?
yeah.
See, 2014 was also Vine.
Yes, Vine
Okay,
season.
fine.
Anyway, please.
Okay, summer of 2014, I went to the West Coast to visit my family. And around that time, 5 Seconds of Summer, which I was also super into, was touring. Or they were just in California,
Okay.
okay? And I was hoping, I knew nothing about the geography of California. Like, I did not know where I was relative to where they were. So I had no idea if we were near or far. But I remember the whole trip, I was praying every day that I could bump into them. I had no idea where they were. And then I made that Instagram post.
Did you bump into them?
Of course not.
Okay.
Poch, if I did, you would have heard about it.
No, I mean, I always hear that one of them follows you or something.
Yes.
Like
Luke
I
Hemmings.
always
He followed
hear
me
it.
twice, but like, okay, you don't always hear it. I've said it to you twice.
No, I mean, like when we talk about Five Sauce,
Oh, which
like
is
when
rare.
Five Sauce is brought up, it's always, he followed me twice because I blocked him, and I'm like, okay, I don't even know
Okay,
who Luke Hemsworth looks like.
it's not Hemsworth.
See,
Okay, it
it would have
doesn't
been better
matter.
if it was Luke Hemsworth.
Who's that? Is that Hannah
Huh?
Montana guy? Yeah, it is.
I was gonna
It
say
is
the
right.
Hunger Games
Yeah,
guy,
I was gonna say
but
that.
yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so that summer I made this Instagram post. Okay, and it's super. You know what? I'm just gonna show it to you, or should we just superimpose it? I think we'll just show it. It's a quick edit. Um, just I want you to see the outfit. Okay, I want you to look at the outfit. First of all,
Can I see this picture?
okay,
Because
pause. Pause for effect. Okay. Okay. Look at that. Okay. Let me describe what I'm wearing.
no, we're showing it. We're showing it on screen.
Yeah, so I'm going to walk you through what you're seeing. Um First of all, let's look at the shoes. Let's work our way up.
Nice boots.
Platform Docs, you guys. Platform Doc Martens. I still have those and they're still quality condition. So that's testament to the quality of Doc Martens. Moving up, excuse me, black and red plaid skirt.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Oh,
go
okay. So
ahead.
never mind.
It's a skirt.
No, I thought it was the plaid that was tied onto you, not the sweater.
Oh, no, no, no. The skirt I'm wearing.
A plaid skirt.
Yeah,
That's
a
fine.
plaid skirt. And for effect, I tied a gray sweater around my waist. I don't know what the effect was, but that was an effect. And I had a crop top that says,
Oh, shoot,
I don't
sorry.
even know what it says, but something 1973. Maybe like,
I have a question.
Yeah,
Are
go.
any of these still in your wardrobe?
no. I think the one that was with me longest maybe is the gray sweater.
Okay.
I think. Also, can you just look at what is this pose? What is this?
Oh yeah, I didn't read
Like
the caption.
why No, not even the caption yet.
No,
Like
but
why am I holding the camera like that? And who's taking my picture? Probably
Yep.
my sister.
Never gonna see Five Sauce like
Like-
ever.
Yeah.
Congrats, you did it. You didn't see them
Yeah.
ever.
I actually never saw them. 8 comments, and I remember one of the comments here was from somebody who used to do like to run like a fashion blog in like around this time. And they commented something to the effect that this reminded them of Alexa Chung. See, Poch doesn't know, but if you're a girl or if you were Tumblr active, Twitter active, like in 2014, you know what I'm talking about. You know who Alexa Chung is. So, this meant a lot. I also think in 2014 my blog was still active. I mean, it's very not active now, but that was me in 2014. I can't believe that was 10 years ago. Not just because it's not even cringe. For me personally, it's not cringe because I still remember what it's like being that girl. Like, I remember being this person. So I can still rationalize my mindset and the way I was acting. I just can't believe it's been 10
Yeah, I think
years.
being older and looking back on 10 years ago. I mean, how do I say it? In 2020, looking back at 2014, you'd be like, ugh, ew. I mean, it's just in general, you'd be like, ugh, ew, what was I doing? But then now that you're older and looking back at 2014, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna cut her some slack because
Mm-hmm.
they're just trying to figure things out. So I think it, finding out that 2014 was 10 years ago has more, I mean, like, it gives you a different kind of introspection now because you're more forgiving of yourself.
Oh, I like that.
Because looking back at 2014 from a 2017 perspective, you're like, ugh. I mean,
Yes,
3 years
yeah.
ago I was a loser. Like, I don't know if you ever saw those posts where it's like Facebook or Twitter where it's like, if you met me 3 years ago, you didn't meet me. Allow me to
Introduce.
reintroduce
Yeah,
myself.
yeah.
And like, everyone is like, yeah, I'm cool now, whatever, whatever. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't know me before, but no, man, that's you. Whoever you are made you who you are now. So I feel like now that you're older, like, yeah, you met a version of me. I mean, not that it's like the closer you were to that time, the quicker you are to like separate yourself from that identity. Like, for example, I'm sure 5 years ago when you look back at that, you're like, what was I
Like, oh my
thinking? Like, what
god.
was I wearing? Like, what?
Yeah.
But now you're like, you know what? She just needed to like
She just,
she just needed to do her own thing.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's honestly like how it feels now looking back at
I
that
agree.
point in time. Like, for example, I mean, back in 2014,
Yeah, what were you up to, Poch?
2014 I think was the first time I started social drinking or drinking
Wait, that's
socially.
underage.
Oh no, it's the FBI! I'm getting arrested. Anyway, no, but I mean,
You know what the correct 2014 terminology for this is? BAMF. Wait, was
no.
that 2014?
I think that's like 2012, dude. But
Okay,
sure,
but you were a BAMF.
YOLO swag, whatever. I mean, everyone was whatever. I'm not saying it as a brag. I'm just saying at the time that's
Mm-hmm.
when I started drinking socially, and I was an idiot. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't know how to
I
drink.
mean, no.
I mean, when you are what 15, 16, 14, you think drinking is like, oh, whoever drinks the most is the winner. You do not win.
Whoever drinks first.
Ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, if you are 14, 15, or 16, drinking the most does not make you a winner at that age. It makes you a fucking loser. Not because drinking is bad or whatever. Dude, a 15-year-old is not biologically ready to process
Ingest.
a
Mm.
hangover.
All right.
I didn't
Yeah.
know what a hangover was until I had one. And the only saving grace about that period in time was I wasn't alone doing it. I was doing it with my
Mm.
friends. Like, we were all like figuring out like, I don't like doing this. Like, I don't like in Tagalog the term is wasakan. I don't like being
Like hard drinks or
not even
not
hard, just
hard
being like just ingesting.
as much as you
Yeah.
can.
Like,
Okay.
I'm sure everyone's excited, right? Like, first
Mm-hmm.
time
Yeah.
I mean 10 years ago, I think that was the first time I went to an open party.
Oh.
And like, it was because all my friends were going. I remember it was after school. We we got ready at shout out my friend Toots' house. we got driven there because there was no Grab or Uber back then, so we had to like find someone to drive us there or commute, whatever. And then we had to admit like, oh yeah, I'm gonna drink beer, I'm gonna drink shots, I'm gonna
Why did you sound like that in 2014?
I'm gonna drink I'm gonna drink beer because I'm a cool 20 no I'm a cool 16, 15-year-old kid. And we probably thought we were cool, I'm gonna be honest,
No,
until
that's true.
like we didn't. But I will say, not the alcohol, but just being with your friends at that time created like the best memories.
Mm.
Because that night, I don't know if you know that picture of me and Toots doing a 69.
Okay, no context, but yes,
Close.
I know that.
No, but you know that, yeah.
I know that
That's that
picture.
night. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of things happened that night. And that year, like 2014, I think that was the year I went to review class for like
Oh,
college
yeah.
exams. Yeah. So that whole, I want to say April to May, I was just in school. Oh, wait, no, not April to May. The whole May, I was in review class with my friend Lim. That was the whole morning. Like we would be in Makati every day from 8 to 12. And then after that, it's like,
Free for all.
yeah, free for all,
Yeah.
bahala ka na. And basically, like that was so much fun because it was like we were in school, but without the pressure of trying to, like, we had no requirements. We just had to show up and
Yeah.
do the work and whatever. It was fun. I mean, it was a fun time. I did stupid things, but now that, like I said, now that I'm older, I think I can start to forgive myself for the stupid things I did. Because I didn't hurt anyone except for
Mm.
myself. I mean, I didn't ruin anyone's anything except for myself. Like, decisions that I made only affected myself. So
Mm.
I don't really have any regrets per se. It was not smart, but it was a fun time. 2014. Yeah.
I think, and I agree with you that thinking about your 2014 self right now,
Yeah, 10
given
years,
where
like, yeah,
with
10 years
this,
difference.
the
Yeah.
10-year difference, it's a very different perspective. There was definitely a time where I was like, oh my gosh, please never look
Yeah,
at my
never, yeah.
Twitter account. Like, never find
I don't want to see this. Yeah.
nobody look. Like, close your eyes.
Yeah.
Don't look at me. Don't look at this. But now it's almost like I am so appreciative of that person. Like, I'm so happy that Gabe existed. Like
They had fun.
she had so much fun. She was such a, like, what a nice person. Like, I kind of wish that I could meet her again, just because I don't know. I feel like she would bring me joy. Just like, I guess, remembering what it was like when life was like that.
When it was simple.
When it was simple.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is a constant thing. Like, you're always going to think that, oh, I can't wait to hit a certain age because by that time I'm gonna have XYZ and it's gonna be easier because of blah blah blah. And then when you get to that age, you're like, I wish I could go back to when I was this age because it was so much simpler back then. That's definitely something that my 2014 self
I think
and me
I can agree with what you
would.
said. Like, I wish I could be back in your place, like from 10 years ago. Because, I mean, back to what triggered our discussion, when I was hearing the songs that turned 10, I was kind of tearing up.
Yeah.
Not in a sense that I'm old 10 years ago. It's more of like, damn, that was such a good time. Like,
Yeah.
life was so simple. I mean, I'm sure I had my own problems.
Mm-hmm.
And that year was not good for my family because we had some people pass away. It was not good, but it was a time where you were still kind of shielded from real problems,
Yeah.
right? Like, as a 15, 16-year-old, like, you don't have to worry about what job or what,
Yeah.
like, what a job. You don't have to worry about rent. You don't have to
Yeah,
worry
I was
about,
like, the first thing, rent, and
you didn't even have to worry about where you wanted to go to college.
It wasn't
mean,
even.
it was
kind of
around the
did.
corner.
You kind of did.
But I didn't
That
have to
was the
choose
thing.
what I wanted to take up yet.
Ah, yeah,
I mean, I didn't. It was the last time I felt like a kid.
yeah,
Because the summer after that, it was like, oh, get ready for college.
Yeah.
And then when you're in college, you're exposed to more things. You're no longer a child.
mm.
And then, up until 10 years later, you're an adult. Hello. And yeah, I was tearing up because
Me
I remember
too.
the times I had with my friends. Like each song takes me back to like a specific, not specific memory, but a specific time, which was
Yeah,
10 years ago. Like oh my god, and yeah, it makes me sad because I miss them, but I also miss that time,
me too.
and it's like listening to songs like that is kind of like a time machine because it brings you back to like the feeling you had when you first heard it, or the feeling you had when you had that whole event with your friends and it was on at the time, like stuff like that. It's just, it's, I mean, it's also random songs, and that's the funny thing because it was like EDM. It's like
Yeah.
EDM is not supposed to elicit a crying response from someone. Like if you hear "Wake Me Up" by Avicii, well, okay, that's kind of sad. If you
Uh,
if you hear like
is summer? Summer was one of.
Summer was one of them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like a very upbeat,
Rather be.
like when you listen to Rather Be, do you cry?
I cry because it's such a good song. But
Yes, but does it elicit a oh, no, it elicits like yeah, like at the time. But then when I hear Rather Be, I'm like, oh, I remember when we would listen to this in the car, somebody was puking out the window.
oh
I
wow,
remember
yeah.
when we would listen to this song and then somebody was like crying because another girl didn't like him or she wasn't texting him, or oh, I remember this guy, he was crying because like I don't know, like stuff like that. That's what it brings now. It's songs that come from that period in time bring nostalgia now, which is weird because
What a weird feeling.
yes, I think that's what we were trying to like
Yeah. I think for me
get to, yeah.
also there was this weird, like, there's a gravity to realizing that it's been 10 years. Like, personally, for me, when I think about 10 years, in my head, that's like, that's such a long time. Like, wow, what a big, like, that's such a large span. 10 years, so many things can happen in 10 years. And I think what hit me most, like when we were going through this last week, was realizing that I have lived that much, that I have gone through
10 years as a
10
person,
years.
10 years a kid,
10 years is a kid that you can talk
a
to and
kid
have
that's
an
in
actual
school who reads books.
yes. Yes.
Like he or she is probably playing sports. She's probably like
Yes.
she could probably play a violin or a
Yes.
guitar better than us right now.
Yes.
Like that's 10. Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we had our camera died, so this is gonna be an audio episode.
An audio only second half.
Yes, but anyway, like we were saying, 10 years is a lot, and
Yeah.
I feel like uh, it hit us because we still feel like we're somehow in that period of our lives still, in a sense that we still think that we're young enough to do a lot of things, which we probably still are.
Yeah.
But it's also just, I think a certain mentality has stayed in our heads from that period in time to now, which is why it's like, oh, I've been doing this for 10 years. Like I've had this.
I've had this conscientious. I've had this.
I've been awake. I feel like I've been awake. I've been
I've been
awake.
awake for more than 10
Yeah.
years, which is, I know what you mean.
Not like you're woke. It's more of like, wow, I'm
Not woke.
very aware.
I'm very
I'm
aware.
ultra aware of
Like,
everything.
I can recall things.
Yes.
I am my own person. I am an actual functioning person who can make decisions. And it's been 10 years since it's been more than 10 years since I could do that. That's what hit me. It was just like a weird, whoa, like this is, and then realizing that, wow, I am growing up. Like I am becoming an adult. I am, and then I got weirdly emotional because then I put myself in the shoes of my parents.
What?
No, like
Oh,
I,
like
because
seeing somebody.
imagine
Yeah.
me feeling this way, and now imagine being the parent of a person
Who's feeling
who
that?
is now feeling this way. And then I was like, wow, can you imagine watching that child grow?
Mm-hmm.
And then I got sad. So then I stopped thinking about it.
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, but it just felt, I don't know. Like for my parents, I feel like they always had their own stuff going on.
Mm.
Not that they didn't care about me growing up. It was just I'm the last of three who like I'm sure they felt the same about John when he grew up.
Mm-hmm.
Like oh wow, like we're so
Okay,
so
just
old.
name
Like
dropping your siblings.
John
Okay.
is married, and then Isa, oh wow, Isa's
Okay.
married. Nah, nah, nah. So it's like I feel like when it's the third, it's like, oh, it's happening again. Like anyway, not that they're not proud. It's just more of it's a sensation they've already had.
Mm,
Versus like I think your parents, since you're the eldest one,
yeah, it's
it's
a little
new to them.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like when it like when Joey hits a certain age
Why are
too,
you name dropping all our siblings?
everyone who watches this show knows us personally.
That's true, but I don't want. I don't want to give names. It doesn't
Okay,
matter.
none of the names that we gave were real.
Real.
And if you think they are, you're okay. Anyway, no, but like I said, it's I guess that's how you process it. I think how I process it, why it made me emotional. Like I said, I missed that time with my friends, and it's so weird. It's so weird. It's so interesting because the friends I had at the time are still my friends now,
Oh yeah.
and then it snaps now. Like, oh my gosh, I've been friends with these guys for
For
10,
about
12,
10 years.
13 years. Wow. And I'm 26. So being
Yeah.
friends with somebody for 13 years means you've been friends with
That's
them for
half
half your
your life.
life. I'm sure there are people who have been friends longer, but for me, like I mean, still 13 years is a long time to know someone.
Yeah.
That person's in puberty.
Yeah.
He or she's like in high school
Yeah.
or yeah, whatever.
And then I think so in line with this whole like wow, 10 years thinking, yesterday or I forget how many days ago, I said to you something like, "Wow, Poch, it was 10 years ago when we were no, 2014 was 10 years ago. I was 15 how old was I? Okay, I'm really
I
bad.
don't know.
My brain
But
can't
I remember
comprehend.
what you said a while ago
I know, don't
when
recall it.
another thing with 10 years ago, we were eating if you know playa bowls, we were eating playa bowls, and our cousin was telling us, oh, playa bowls has been around since 2014, and Gabe goes, that's almost 13 years ago. And I'm like, well, that's a weird number to fixate on, 13 years ago. I mean, it was already 10 years ago. And he's like, yeah, wait, what year is it? I'm like, what? Are you for real? Like, what? It's
You know what? You know what? I'm worried that I actually made this mistake earlier on. For
she thought
some,
it was 2026.
it was so weird. No,
Dude, I'm not 29.
no, I think it's because I got confused. So a while ago, when I said, a while ago when this whole pliables incident happened, it was because I was thinking about me being 26. So then I confused the year for 2026.
Yeah, it's almost
And
13 years
then
ago.
and then a while ago when we were talking about 2014, I think I might have mistaken that for being 14 years old. But no.
What?
I was looking, yeah, that's why I'm confused right now. But no, the picture we referenced was the correct year. So if everything revolved around that, we're good. I don't know. I feel like my brain is just overwhelmed right now and it's just like there's so many years and numbers to remember. But let's my point or what I was trying to say a while ago was that 10 years ago was 2014. I was turning 16. 10 years from now, I'll be turning 36.
Yes.
36. I remember when my mom was 36. I was, well, I wasn't a fully aware person, but I
You still remember it,
remember
yeah.
her being 36. Then it was just weird. Like, I don't know if this is weird for everyone. Maybe weird's not the right term, but
Strange.
for me, it's a strange feeling knowing that 10 years ago, I was an aware human being. And that 10 years from now, I will be
You'll be
36.
more aware. Oh, no, sorry.
Well, I'm hoping I'll be
super
I'm the
aware.
most aware. I'm 36. Can you imagine?
Can you believe that?
I don't know. I just it's and there's nothing I don't have anything specific planned for being 36. So, I guess it's just I am overwhelmed or
This year, you will
mhm.
be closer to 40 than to 10 years old.
Okay. Oh
No,
my
but
god.
then it's like, yeah.
Oh my god.
Because you still remember when you were 10, right?
Yes, I remember being 10,
And that would be farther away now than from being 40.
which is so weird to me because I guess going back to our first, to like our earlier conversation where we were saying that we feel like mentally we're still at a certain age.
Yes.
I really do still feel like that sometimes. So thinking about being 30, thinking about being 40 really does seem in my brain like it's so far away. But in truth, it's really not.
It's coming.
I am closer to 30 than I am to 20. I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I still remember my 20th birthday like it was yesterday.
Yeah. Like you said, I
It's
mean,
weird.
when I put 22 years old 5 years ago,
Yeah, that really shook me.
um,
I was like, what?
yeah, because we're almost dating for 7 years.
Yeah.
So 10 years ago is 3 years before we started dating. Yeah. Yes. Hello.
You lost me already. Sorry. I was just like, huh? But okay.
But anyway, I feel like it's it was a good time. I look forward to making also good times,
Moving
memories.
forward.
Yeah, so like, obviously like we were saying 10 years from now when we're 36, 37, we can look back at our 20s and be like, this song takes me back like to a happier time, to a you know what I'm saying?
I hope that I I hope that when the time comes that we are 36, 37, and it's time to look back at 2024, I hope that I feel the same fondness that
Yeah,
I
that I
do
feel that
about
we feel about
2014.
2014. Yeah.
I don't know. I hope so. I think it would
I
be
feel like
really nice.
when we look back 10 years from now, be like, oh wow, look at them. No kids, no mortgage, no car loans,
No, but also think about your
no stress,
2024 self,
free time.
seeing your 2034 self being like, "Wow, look at them. They have a house, they have a car, they have a kid." You know what I mean? There's also like so much to look forward to.
Yes.
I mean, in my
As much
opinion.
as 10 years ago was great, I hope 10 years will from now will be better.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it will be good in its own way. Like 2014 was good and bad on its own way. 2024 is the same. It's like every
10
part of
years.
your
No, I'm just
life,
kidding.
every part of your life comes with its own
Ups and downs.
problems.
Yeah, you're right.
And you're only able, like, and those are the kinds of problems that you are only capable of solving
At the time.
at that time.
Yeah.
So, right now, looking back at your high school self, it's not fair to be like, "Ugh, why are you why are you
Yeah.
so pressed about XYZ?" Well, at that time, that was the only thing you
Yeah.
could be pressed about, and you really thought that was the biggest deal ever.
Yeah, honestly, it bodes well for us in a sense that I don't remember what problems I had when I was 16. I mean, I do know like the general like I mean, obviously, girls, not really school, but like friends.
Okay, priorities.
No, because that's what it was, right? And I don't know the specifics anymore, but I know that I had my own problems. So now that I'm thinking about 10 years from now, will my 10 years from now self still know what problems I had or still think that they're problems like the way we scoff at our problems back when we were
Yeah.
teenagers? I mean, probably not too much cuz we're already adults at this point.
Like our
Like
problems.
if you look back at if you're a 36-year-old Gabe looking back at 26-year-old Gabe, you'll be like, that's a relevant problem to like
Like that's
stress
a
about, but it's gonna be okay.
yeah. Mhm.
So I'm sure I had girl problems, and now I'm staring at my fiance. It's gonna be okay. Like you're gonna be fine, bro.
That
Like
was nice.
yeah. So it's a nice introspection because you kind of miss what you had, but you're looking forward to
Mhm.
better things too. So yeah, I mean,
Dang, 2014 Gabe didn't meet Five Sauce and she still hasn't met Five Sauce and meeting Five Sauce is still not on her radar. Same with One Direction.
I think to quote your IG caption, just to end it, you never will see
Like ever.
like ever. All right.
Wow. Well, I mean, we hope that us talking about this with you has made you also
Think
think
about
about where you were 10
10
years
years ago.
ago.
Yeah, 10 years ago. I hope you were I hope you are in a better place now than you were 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Wherever or whatever that may be. And if 10 years ago was the peak of your life,
reevaluate where you
Reevaluate,
are.
bro.
I'm,
Or
maybe
sis.
it wasn't the peak of your life.
Yeah. Maybe you're peaking. But you can always look back on things fondly, like we do.
Yeah.
So this has been Poch.
And this has been Gabe.
Thank you for listening to the show. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share our podcast on your social media to your friends and family. That is the DDLD podcast on Spotify and YouTube. Please share, like, subscribe, comment. Okay, that's it.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.